Coming up on The Cut, the United States has vetoed another ceasefire resolution in Gaza. What this means for the Israel-Palestine conflict.
And the Diamondbacks could be leaving their stadium. What this means for the team and its fans.
And Will Smith makes fun of an AI video of himself. Why the video went viral. The Cut starts right now.
Welcome back, I'm Chase Westberg.
And I'm Lavanya Paliwal. U.S. vetoes Gaza ceasefire amid starvation crisis. The U.S. rejects Algeria's UN ceasefire bid, citing ongoing truce talks. World Food Programme halts aid in North Gaza due to hunger-driven chaos. European nations demand immediate war pause, fearing Israel's threatened Rafah assault. U.S. proposes UN resolution for temporary ceasefire, contrasting Algeria's call to end Gaza offensive. Health Ministry reports 29,195 Palestinians killed and 69,170 injured, with 1,139 Israeli deaths since October 7, 2023. Israel comes together to make an impact on the lives of hostage families. Cut reporter Abby Jurek is here to give us more information on the story. Abby?
A plaza in the city of Tel Aviv, Israel, has become a place for solace and protest. Many hostage families and supporters have described this new location a, quote, home away from home. A week after terrorists led by Hamas stormed his home and kidnapped his wife and 3 children, Ayive Broduch planted himself on the sidewalk in front of the Army's headquarters in Tel Aviv. Mr. Broduch held up a sign saying, quote, "My family's in Gaza," claiming he would hold his ground until they were brought to him. People who walked past tried to console him by bringing him food, changes of clothing, and coffee. However, Broduch wasn't alone for long, as one by one other hostage families joined him on the sidewalk. Now, the plaza has continued to attract a steady stream of Israelis and tourists on volunteer missions who want to support the families. Mr. Broduch, 42, commented on the event saying, quote, "They were so kind, and they just couldn't do enough. It was Israel at its finest. There was a feeling of a common destiny." Today, a long rectangular table set for 234 people has been installed in the plaza to represent Broduch's family and all of the other captives who are still in Gaza. For the Cut Network, I'm Abby Jurek.
Thank you, Abby.
Last week, a New York judge found former President Donald Trump responsible for lying about his net worth, causing him to face a penalty of $338 million. The case had no jury and was decided individually by Judge Arthur E. Engoron. Besides the large financial penalty, Judge Engoron banned Trump for 3 years from holding a top position at any New York company. That includes some roles within the Trump Organization. The judge extended this prohibition to Trump's sons as well. They face a 2-year ban in the Trump Organization. On top of that, each son will pay $4 million, and Judge Engoron has ordered to have them pay substantial interest. That sum of money could result in a total penalty of $400 million. Trump has 30 days to either secure a bond or produce that sum of money. However, he will not go bankrupt.
Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny, aged 47, has died under suspicious circumstances in a remote Arctic penal colony, with his spokesperson claiming he was murdered. Navalny's death deals a significant blow to the Russian opposition just weeks before a crucial election, fueling concerns about the political climate in Russia. Conflicting reports on the cause of death and the location of his body intensified suspicions, prompting global outrage. Protests erupt across Russia, resulting in over 400 arrests. World leaders, including Vice President Kamala Harris and UK Foreign Secretary David Cameron, condemn Navalny's death, vowing to take action against those responsible.
A murder at Sky Harbor Airport has been solved after 15 years. Reporter Kate Nakamura is here to tell us more. Kate?
Thank you, Chase. An arrest has been made on Tuesday in an 18-year-old cold case that occurred at the Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport. On October 10, 2005, the body of a newborn girl was found in the women's restroom at the Phoenix airport. An autopsy report found that the infant's death was a homicide by strangulation. The case at the time gained widespread attention, and the infant was given the name Baby Skylar. Although after initial leads were investigated, the case went cold. This was until 2021 when the FBI and Phoenix Police cold case detectives tested DNA collected at the crime scene, which they believe belonged to baby Skylar's mother. Using genetic genealogy in a database available to the public, police were able to identify 51-year-old Annie Anderson as a suspect in the homicide. Residing in Washington State, she was in Arizona for a real estate boot camp in October of 2005. Investigators questioned Anderson in 2022, where she admitted to being baby Skylar's mother. Although further details from Anderson about the homicide has not been shared out by police. Now, in 2024, a Maricopa County grand jury has issued a warrant for her arrest for first-degree murder. Anderson has been taken into custody in Washington State and is awaiting extradition to Phoenix, where she will face the first-degree murder charge along with other felony charges. For the Cut Network, I'm Kate Nakamura.
Thanks, Kate. Hopefully now that there's been an arrest, the family can finally begin to become at peace.
A 101-year-old Holocaust survivor Joseph Alexander shares Auschwitz ordeal with ASU students. With the digits 142584 forcibly tattooed on his arm at a Nazi concentration camp, Alexander travels nationwide to educate about Holocaust, emphasizing the importance of remembrance. He recounted his near-death experience with Mengele and the post-war immigration to the U.S., giving ASU students a moment to reflect on the power of education and empathy in preventing atrocities like the Holocaust. Diamondbacks might move due to stadium problems. Arizona Diamondbacks owners are considering moving the team because their stadium has problems. Chase Field's lease ends in 2027, and they have yet to talk about extending it. The stadium's roof and air conditioning need to be fixed. They tried to find a new home before, but couldn't. MLB is considering expansion, but the relocation fees are over $2 billion. The team wants to stay in Phoenix, but might look at other cities. A couple weeks back, we talked about how AI calls were being used to trick voters. Now here's reporter Nick to tell us how the same technology is being used to send robocalls to congressional members. Nick?
Thank you, Lavenia. The 6th anniversary of the Parkland mass shooting takes center stage as AI-generated voices call for Congress to take action on gun reform. 6 years after the tragic Parkland shooting, AI technology has given a voice to the victims. Online users of the Shotline, a website created by gun control advocacy groups, can use 6 different AI-generated voices of victims who died in mass shootings to call members of Congress. The emotional impact of these AI-generated calls echoed the sentiments of the victims' families, amplifying the fight for comprehensive gun reform. One of the voices is 17-year-old Joaquin Oliver, who was killed by an AR-15 in the 2018 school shooting at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida. Oliver's family partnered with the Shotline to recreate his voice by submitting audio recordings of Joaquin. After his voice was brought back to life, Joaquin's parents put together what they thought he'd say in today's gun control debate. Other voices include Aquila Da Silva, one of 4 people killed in a 2018 Waffle House shooting, and 10-year-old Uzziah Garcia, who was killed in the 2022 Robb Elementary School shooting in Uvalde, Texas. As of February 21st, the Shotline has recorded over 83,000 calls submitted by users to congressional representatives. But as AI's usage continues to loom over this year's elections, the landscape for social and political engagement is bound to keep changing. For the Cut Network, I'm Nick Carmia.
Thanks, Nick. We'll let you know if this leads to any reduction in mass shootings or even regulation for AI technology.
One of the largest blockbuster hits of 2023, Oppenheimer, is an award winner not just in the US, but now in the UK as well. The movie won a total of 7 awards at the British Academy of Film and Television Awards, also referred to as BAFTA. Oppenheimer won Film of the Year at BAFTA, surpassing 4 other nominees, which included the films Poor Things, The Holdovers, Killers of the Flower Moon, and Anatomy of a Fall. Oppenheimer earned awards in several different categories, including Best Director, Actor, and Picture. Christopher Nolan, the director, has been nominated in the past for other films. However, Oppenheimer earned the prize. Nolan expressed it is an incredible honor to have won the award. The movie itself was a huge hit worldwide, making $952 million in total, $326 million in the US, $74 million in the UK. With such high numbers and popularity, this movie will remain famed. A satellite crashed back down into Earth this week, and Cut reporter Maria Loaiza is here to tell us the story. Maria?
Thank you, Chase. While temperatures may be starting to burn up, people were not expecting a satellite to have the same forecast. ERS-2 was launched in 1995 by the European Space Agency to be an Earth observation spacecraft, gathering information on land surfaces, oceans, and polar caps. The mission came to an end in 2011, but had enough backup fuel so the spacecraft could make a safe landing back to Earth. However, all of ER-2's batteries and communication antenna were switched off. This means that the ESA has no way to control how the spacecraft falls. According to ITV, quote, the ERS-2 satellite fell in the North Pacific Ocean somewhere between Alaska and Hawaii, end quote. The satellite fell at 10:17 a.m. on February 21st after 30 years in the atmosphere. ER-2's descent back to Earth was an unexpected surprise and the ending of a monumental point in space history. For the Cut Network, I'm Maria Loaiza.
Thank you for the information, Maria. A video posted last year of Will Smith eating spaghetti, generated by artificial intelligence, went viral. On Monday, the actor posted a parody of the video, captioning the post, "This is getting out of hand." In the comment section, some fans were slightly skeptical of the new version, if it was AI generated as well. The post is a split screen layout with the AI video on top and Smith's version below. The AI version is a sped up, clearly fake video of Smith eating spaghetti quickly. Smith created the real life version where he is doing almost the same thing. The post was a comical response and got lots of attentions from fans and viewers. Hot take is that I don't love spaghetti and I wouldn't choose it. How do you feel about this?
Hopefully you like Will Smith.
I do.
Good. Well, thank you for tuning into the Cut Network.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram at @thecut_network and on Twitter @thecut ASU. Have a great night.